Boy Lonzy back with another video, and today we'll be talking about the Toronto Raptors and the current situation and what I think they should be doing going forward, because as of right now they might be in one of the worst spots in the NBA. So let's get straight into it. So this past season the Raptors were 41-41, 41-41, lost in the play-in game to the Miami Heat, to the Chicago Bulls in the 9-10 matchup. They went out in sad fashion, and other than that, they gotta find themselves something to do, because they're one of those franchises that are stuck trying to compete, even though the writing's been on the wall the past couple years that they gotta stop trying to compete and go into a full-on rebuild, or either make a blockbuster trade to try to get themselves to actually be on a contending level. Because if you guys remember, like 2 years ago, I wrote this script, but we gotta go fucking off script because I've been trying to make this video so many times already, and I don't like how it's been coming out. So I don't know if you guys remember, we gotta go back to last season, like not this season, but the beginning of last season, when KD announced that he wanted to be traded from Brooklyn. The Raptors were one of the teams that would be rumored because they had a young piece in Scotty Barnes, and there's some other interesting pieces, but they said no, they didn't want to trade Scotty Barnes, which was understandable. But if you want to compete, why not try to get Kevin Durant? You have Scotty Barnes, who was a proven number 2 already. I don't see the point in not trying to get Kevin Durant, because you could still, at that time, they still had Fred VanVleet. You could have Fred VanVleet. I think they could. Who was that other? They had Chris Boucher at the time. I'm trying to remember who else they had at that time. Oh, Gary Trent. Maybe Gary Trent was gonna be in the trade as well. But why not make the trade? You could go in for the all-in superstar to get you over that contending hump. Siakam is your number 2. I don't think that's too bad. But no, they decided not to trade Scotty Barnes, which was understandable. He was a young player, and he ended up winning. He ended up going on to win Rookie of the Year, so I understand it. But this is something I don't understand. A couple months later, at the trade deadline, the Memphis Grizzlies were going in. They wanted to compete. They were on a roll. They had John Morant, they had Jaren Jackson Jr., they had Desmond Bane. This fucking fly. God damn it. I've been trying to get rid of this fucking fly for a minute now, bro. I'm just said, fuck it. We got to record something. So, the Grizzlies wanted OG Anunoby. They offered 3 first-round picks, which was way more than what I was expecting. Because OG, he's good and all. 3 first-round picks, he's not that good, this fucking fly. I swear to God, it's pissing me off right now. Wow. Okay, so they offered 3 first-round picks for OG, and the Raptors declined. I was like, what the fuck? In the heat of the moment, at that time, I was saying, no, this is a bad move. You guys, it's okay not trying to go in for Kevin Durant. You guys got the young player. But OG's not that valuable. 3 first-round picks, go cash in. And then later on in that season, they're like a 5th seed. That was a fraudulent 5th seed. I think they believed in it way too much, because the Cleveland Cavaliers were hurt, the Chicago Bulls were hurt, and the Brooklyn Nets had that James Harden and Kyrie situation going on. So their 5th seed was not actually a 5th seed. This fucking fly. Okay, we gotta ignore the fact. They were a fraudulent 5th seed. So I think they believed in it way too much, because they were not a real 5th seed at all. And they ended up getting bounced in the first round by the Sixers, who ended up getting bounced out in the second round later on. So they lost in 6 games, and going after that, you may think, oh, let's start a rebuild. We got Scotty Barnes. Why not start a rebuild? Because we're going to be stuck here for a while. We're going to be stuck being a playing team, never achieving anything in the postseason. So why not start a rebuild? No, they ended up signing Otto Porter Jr. and Chris Boucher. The opposite of trying to rebuild. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And the most mind-boggling part is, that season later on, I know we're talking about like the other season, and I mentioned this before. This season, after re-signing Chris Boucher and Otto Porter, they ended up winning 41-41, lost in that 9-10 play-in game. And after that, you may say, oh, okay, now we got to go into a rebuild. 2 years in a row, let's go into a rebuild. And because if you guys remember that bubble season, they were bad as well from that season. So you might say, oh, okay, front office should get it now. Let's go into a full-on rebuild. No, we don't go into a fucking full-on rebuild. You know what we do? Let me pull on. No, I think I can remember now. Instead of going into a full-on rebuild after a bad season this season, you know what they do? They signed Garrett Temple, which I get was for leadership. They signed Dennis Schroeder in free agency to replace Fred VanVleet. And they signed Jalen McDaniels to like a cheap 2-year, $9.7 million deal. And they ended up re-signing Jakob Poeltl. The opposite of fucking trying to rebuild. And they lost in free agency. They lost Fred VanVleet to the Rockets. They lost Will Barton, and they lost someone else. I don't remember who it was. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna just say some random shit. So they lost those guys. You might say, okay, let's go into a form. Let's go into rebuild now. We don't have Fred here anymore. But no, they're trying to get more guys. I mean, what the fuck? This franchise doesn't get it. They don't get it. They're like the Bulls. But at least with the Bulls had no playoff. The Bulls weren't in the playoffs for a long time. So I understand why the Bulls decided to get Zach LaVine, Caruso, traded for Vucevic, because the fans were hungry for some playoffs. The Raptors, the fans should be hungry for a fucking rebuild, because this shit ain't going nowhere. So before that, they ended up drafting Grady Dick, 6'8", big wing, and they signed him. They drafted him with the 13th pick after that shit season, and I don't mind it. He's a shooter. He can cut. And with him being such a threat from deep, it can set up everyone else around him. So I really don't like the pick. And I do think Grady Dick can complement Scotty Barnes really well with his shooting. And Scotty Barnes can complement Grady Dick with the defense. And I do think Grady Dick could be a system defender. Not a good defender by himself. He won't be known for that. But an okay defender in a good defensive system, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And why not rebuild? You got Scotty Barnes. You got Grady Dick. You got Precious Achiuwa. You got interesting pieces around you. Why not rebuild? And after that, they got no fucking direction. And after that season, no, we gotta go before that. So OG Anunoby, came out a little bit before the season. OG Anunoby has expressed discontent. He wants more of an offensive load. And you heard rumors about the Pacers being a team to go trade for him. Why not cash in? OG's gonna fucking leave you guys. Just cash in. You guys can get maybe a first round pick of maybe one young player from the Pacers, maybe like Obi Toppin. Why not? Just do the fucking deal. And with Pascal Siakam, cash in, because he declined. He didn't want to sign a new deal, and he's eligible to receive that Jaylen Brown contract. And if I'm the Raptors, I'm not comfortable paying Siakam that Jaylen Brown money, because at least with the Celtics, they're competing. With the Raptors, we're not competing at all. Why the fuck would I ever sign Siakam to that much money? Handicap us already. No, I wouldn't want to do that. Trade him. Get some assets. Get a young point guard, because that's what we need. We have no fucking point guard on this damn roster. We got Dennis Schroeder, bench player. That's not a starting caliber point guard. And he's damn near 32 already. Why not? Let's just we need to get a young point guard to run all this shit, because after Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet, who else do we got? We really don't got anyone else. So, yeah, that's what I think we should do with Siakam. And we do. I'm not a fucking Raptors fan. I'm not a Raptors fan at all. And I'm going to look over the roster and tell you guys what I think they're going to be doing for this upcoming season. What I think the record would be. So, let's go over their starting lineup. Let me make it short. This is the starting. This is the Toronto. Fuck. This is my Toronto Raptors record prediction and where I think they'll end up in. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, so now let me just make it short like this. Okay, so we're looking over the. Holy shit! Fuck, I'm not editing all this shit out, bro. I don't want to edit because I didn't get this shit out real quick. So let's look over the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Dennis Schroeder's the starting point guard, mid. OG Anunoby, okay. Scotty Barnes, interesting. Pascal Siakam should be traded. Jakob Poeltl, mid. In that starting five alone, we got 2 bench players on the damn fucking starting five. 2 bench players in your starting five. How the hell are you expecting to contend? Your ass won't even be in the play-in this year. If it is, it's going to be again by you guys making a lucky run at the end or a team being hurt. Let's look at their bench. Gary Trent, Grady Dick, Chris Boucher, Precious Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn. Fuck, I can't say this guy's name. Malachi Flynn. Mid. I only know him from fucking him hitting a 3-pointer on Kevin Love being lazy. Gary Trent, okay. Grady Dick, we got to see what he can do. Chris Boucher, fuck, mid. Precious Achiuwa, interesting. I'm sorry for my damn dog barking in the back. She's actually pissing me off right now. Jalen McDaniels can do some things. Garrett Temple, fuck off, go Red Tower. Christian Coloco, interesting. But other than that, I do think the Raptors should blow it up. Try to squeeze the lemon as much as you can as possible. And yeah,